Welcome back to another episode of Living Local Lombard. I'm your host, Aaron Carlson, and joining me today is the owner and founder of Jerusalem Café, my family's personal favorite restaurant in Lombard. Jerusalem Café has been a Lombard staple for almost 7 years, and I am so privileged to have the owner and founder, Mousa, on the show today. Thank you for joining me so much.
You're welcome.
So
Glad to be.
to start off, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, who you are, your background, how you came to be in Lombard, anything you want to share about you personally.
Well, I came to the United States. I moved to the United States from the old city of Jerusalem in 1982 for the purpose of going to school.
Okay.
And I went to University of Illinois, Chicago.
Oh.
Graduated with a bachelor's degree in software engineering. And then I went for my master's degree at IIT.
Okay.
Maybe this is not related to the restaurant, but the restaurant is a family business. Me, my brothers, and our wives basically own, work, and run. So we got into the business first in Oak Park in 2003. I was still going to school, and my brother was, of course, we needed a source of income, and my brother Muhammad, we got into the restaurant in Oak Park.
Interesting. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the founding story about, who founded the restaurant, why, and how did you select Oak Park for the first location?
Well, the reason we got into the restaurant business is that my father had a restaurant in Jerusalem.
Oh.
So we grew up in the restaurant business. We grew up helping my dad. We grew up learning the art of cooking firsthand from my father. So when we came here to the United States and we needed a way to make living, we already know how we can build a restaurant, we can cook, we can do business in the restaurant business.
Mm-hmm.
So we started in Oak Park. Our first pick was Oak Park because Oak Park, in our mind, is a diverse community. And the diversity brought us to Oak Park. Now, back in more than 15, 16 years ago, you wouldn't find as many Middle Eastern restaurants around.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when I first came in 1982, I think there were only like two, one in the north side, one in the south side, something like that.
Yeah.
These days, there is Lombard by itself has like 6 of them. Mm-hmm. So these days, they're very popular. They're on in every town. But before, about 15, 16 years ago, you needed a diverse community to accept this kind of different food. It wasn't known.
Mm-hmm.
You need diverse community to accept it and adapt to it.
I see. So then years later, what made you open a second restaurant, and then why did you select Lombard?
Well, Lombard is a diverse community. Lombard has a big population of Middle Eastern people. That's one thing. Lombard has the synagogues and the church, and which also is in our mind the kind of people that would like Middle Eastern food, without hesitation. So we already have customers there.
Yeah.
On North Avenue there is the Church of Lebanon, and so we figured, we're very close from these communities. So there are the mosques around in Lombard, the churches, the synagogues, the Church of Lebanon.
Yep.
So that diversity brought us to Lombard.
Let me see. All right, so tell folks about your food. What kind of, describe the cuisine, some of the items you have, what's popular, the taste, all that kind of stuff, in case anyone hasn't tried it yet.
Well, our food is the kind of food that you would eat if you go to Jerusalem. Basically, the falafel, the shawarma, the hummus, the tabbouleh, the kibbeh, and the different kebabs, lamb kebab, kifta kebab, beef kebab, chicken kebab. These are the street food, basically, that people walking the streets of Jerusalem would eat.
Let me see. And I read a couple places that like the really special part about your food, and I could attest to this because I eat it so often, is, well, one, the ingredients seem to be really fresh, and then two, the like seasonings and spices you guys use are like, I don't know what you do, but it's like perfect. How do you like source what you use for ingredients, and then how do you select how to like spice and season everything so perfectly?
Well, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, we learned the cooking, and the cooking is an art. So we learned the art of cooking from firsthand from my father, who's done this all his life. Now, we do pick fresh ingredients. We do make sure, for example, our meat is hormone-free, our chicken is hormone-free, vegetarian eaten chickens. Basically, we use crescent chicken, if you're familiar with that. That's the kind of chicken that basically is a veggie fat chicken. So we pick the fresh ingredients, and we pick the correct spices, because we believe that seasoning is an art. You can bring the best cut of meat. If you put the wrong seasoning on it, you destroy it. If you pick the most organic, best raised chicken, and you put the wrong seasoning on it, or the ratio of the different seasoning can actually ruin the food. So seasoning is an art, and we've learned that firsthand from our father. If you come in the restaurant, you've probably seen his picture hanging above the door, because he is our teacher.
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about your family. You mentioned, everyone being a part of running the restaurants. Kind of what role does everyone play? And talk a little bit about, like, in my opinion, there is a unique sense of like place and community at your restaurant. So, how does your family kind of build that for people that are coming in and trying your food?
Well, this is our source of income. That's what pays our mortgages. That's what pays our kids' tuition to go to school. And we have to take care of it. And to take care of the business, you have to take care of your customers. You have to basically serve good food to make sure they come back. You can fool the people and give them something that is not good. They're going to take the food and go home, but they're not going to come back. Now, to guarantee that these people are going to come back again and again and again, you have to give them good food again and again and again. You have to be consistent. Now, me, my brothers, I have two brothers, and my wife, my brother's wife, we all work and run these places. Now, we know that every customer lost is $1 lost. we know if we lose 5 customers, there you go. That's what pays the gas bill.
Yeah.
It's basically we take care of our customers because we want them to come back because they are our source of income. It's very important to us. That's basically to sum it up.
I like it. So let's talk a little bit about this year for your family and your restaurant. How has COVID-19 impacted you, and how have you had to change how you operate in order to, stay open and survive through what has been a really tough and volatile year?
Well, it has been tough on the whole world. It has been tough on everybody, and it has been tough on us as well. No doubt that it has been challenging. Thank God that we are surviving. But of course, with a struggle to pay the rent, a struggle to pay the bills, struggle. The online ordering, it helped us a lot. But as you know, that the online companies take a big cut from our profit. If you've seen our prices, you know that our prices are not too high. Our margins are not too high. We work with a small margin, and when Grubhub takes 25% from the proceeds, there you go. That's half of our profit.
Yeah.
And then the other half, you're going to pay employees and lights and rent. And so it has been challenging, no doubt. It has been challenging. But I don't know if you heard, if I answered your question, but it has been tough. It has been challenging. We lost a lot of business. We lost the business crowds. We don't have lunches anymore. You used to come into our restaurant at 11:30, 12 o'clock. There's no room to stand. Right now, it's empty.
Yeah.
You come in the, caterings, no gatherings, no caterings. Catering is a big part of our business. So no business crowd, no caterings. Nevertheless, pickup and delivery helped to keep us in business. Hopefully things will get better, and hopefully we'll go back to normal.
Yeah, a new normal. For looking out towards next year and maybe even beyond that, do you have any plans to ever change your menu, open new locations, anything like that? Or right now, is it really just kind of survive, do what we're really good at, and kind of see how time unfolds?
Well, as we just said a few minutes ago, it has been a big challenge for us, but experience taught me that these bad times, always something good come out of bad times, and opportunities come out of bad times. And actually, we have been thinking about opening in Naperville. We are looking for a good location in Naperville. That might be our third location. We have done very well in our 2 locations. We've got more than, in Oak Park, for example, we got more than 6 Johnson Awards. We were featured on CBS Channel 2.
I saw that.
We were featured on the Al Jazeera TV for the best falafel. There's a Middle Eastern radio station in Chicago that voted our falafel as the best in Chicago. We have been voted the best Middle Eastern restaurant in the West Suburbs several years in a row. So we have we've done good. We've done good, and hopefully we can, um, you know, our record will help us succeed in opening another location. We're three brothers. It makes sense to have at least three locations. Yeah, you know, um, business is good, but business does not support three families.
Yeah.
But hopefully
Awesome.
we'll grow.
Awesome. So two final questions. First, this is a two-parter. What is your most popular item and what is your favorite item to eat?
The Well, you know, I look at statistics, I look at numbers, and you know, looking at the spreadsheets that we keep, we know that chicken shawarma has been our number one seller. After that, the beef shish kebab, it's very tender, tasty meat. That Now, my favorite is the falafel. Falafel, our falafel. I agree with Al Jazeera TV. Is Chicago. There is no difference between the falafel that we make in Lombard and the falafel that they make in the streets of Jerusalem.
Nice. Yes. As I told you earlier, my mom would agree with all of that. All right, last question. Why is it so important now more than ever, especially, but I mean, going into the future too, why is it so important for people to shop local and support local restaurants and businesses and the people and families like you that run them in their communities?
Well, we are part of the community. Shopping locally is the only way that your local business or the businesses that you like will survive. I mean, yes, you can order things online. Yes, you can order things from other states or other places. But at the end, convenience matter. And you do want these businesses to stay in your community. And if you want these places to stay in your community, you got to support them. After all, business relies on the locals to survive. These local businesses, these small shops, these small restaurants, without the people who live in the area, they won't be able to pay rent. They will close. They will move somewhere else. They will go out of business and disappear. So if you like a restaurant, or you like a barber shop, or a clothing shop, or a gift shop, you got to support them. Because if you don't support them, and he doesn't support them, and she doesn't support them, and no one supports them, trust me, they're gonna go, because if they can afford the rent this month, they're not gonna be able to afford the rent next month or the month after. Money has to come from somewhere. Money comes from customers. No customers, customers or the local customers don't support these businesses. Businesses fold and go. So if you like a customer, if you like a business and you want them to stay around, it's your duty to spend money there, to spend your money there. Amazon is going to survive with you or without you, but your local business is not going to survive without you. No way. I mean, Amazon, Bezos is the richest human being on earth now, and he gets business from everywhere on earth. So if he lose your business and her business and his business, he doesn't care. But if a small restaurant that makes a little bit of money, believe it or not, that these small business, for example, us, we recognize our customers by face. And when we don't see somebody for 2-3 weeks, we ask each other, what happened to him? Why? Is he okay? Did anybody upset him? Did we do anything that person stopped coming? Because as a small business, your customers are limited. You know who comes in, and you know who supports you. And so when you start losing these people, You start asking what happened to that guy, or even we don't even sometimes if we don't know the name, that guy with the red hair or that girl with the red hair, she stopped coming. She used to come every Thursday, for example. That kind of questions we ask each other sometimes. So it's very important that we support our local businesses.
Yes. Yes, everyone do your duty and put your money where your mouth is and go order from Jerusalem Cafe. Can you give everyone your address and your website where they can find you?
Sure. Jerusalem Cafe in Lombard is 300 West Roosevelt Road in Lombard. It's between Main and Finley, across the street from Heritage Cadillac. We are in that red building. Our website is www.jerusalemcafe-lombard.com. And we appreciate your business and your support.
Awesome. Well, Mousa, thank you so much once again for talking with me. Again, my mom will be very excited to know that I spoke with you today.
Thank you. Please give her my best regards.
I will. All right. Everyone, please go and order some food and become one of their loyal customers. I know that once you try it, you will be walking in the door every day. So everyone, please go out and support.
Thank you very much.